So Glenn,
Yes.
2024 is here. It doesn't feel like it's going to end, but the end is coming and 2025 will be here before we know it. What should we as business owners be doing now to set ourselves up for success? Because I know there's only, we got to pull a lot of levers in 2024 so that come April 15th, we're in good shape.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is trying to project out your income as best as you can to try to ensure that you're still taking advantage of the things that the government lets you do this year, which is the qualified business income deduction, trying to balance wages and profit to try to get the sweet spot to get the maximum free deduction the government gets you. Trying to decide if you should do a retirement plan. I mean, we're running out of time to set one up. If you're going to do a solo K, a SEP or whatever, you want to set that up earlier if you have employees to do that. It's a great way to defer income. You don't necessarily have to do the profit sharing piece of it, but at least you got to do the elective deferral and the match, or if it's a SEP, it's going to be employer dollars. But you want to start thinking what that looks like because that decision determines at the end of the year what's going to happen. You want to start thinking about, are you going to pay bonuses out to staff, or are you going to do that via paying it out via profit sharing in the 401k? You want to think of, hey, I'm going to probably need to buy a new piece of equipment. Should I buy that in December 31st? Or should I buy that in January? And so generally, if you're going to use something within a few months, you just need to evaluate what bracket you're in. Does it make sense to take that deduction today and buy it in December? Or should you wait until January and February and buy it because next year is going to be even a bigger year? That's one of the big ones. If on a personal level, if you have, you want to decide if you're going to contribute to a backdoor Roth and try to convert that, you got to see if that's going to work out for you. If you have an investment portfolio, you definitely want to do your tax loss harvesting. This year was so bizarre. People probably sold at the high and sold at the low. But if you can lock in those losses and harvest your tax losses, you can bank those. You can wait 31 days and buy that same stock back if you like it. But now you've got this bank of losses. So when you do have gains, you can offset it with those losses. It's just a wonderful thing to do. Also on the charity side, you want to be looking at what can I do from a charity standpoint to plan. Should I donate appreciated stock? Should I take money directly from my required minimum distribution from my IRA and give that directly to charity? That one's great because you don't pay federal or state tax on it. In certain circumstances, that works. A donor advised fund to give away charity. If you're maybe you're in a bracket or a itemized deductions where you're over that limit, it makes sense to load up and put a lot of money in charity. Because next year you're going to be taking the standard deduction, you'll get no benefit. So you can load that up. And again, gifting appreciated stock is always great because you don't pay tax on the gain. You get to deduct the value of the stock, give that to whatever charity, they deal with it. It's the greatest thing ever. Those are the big ones you want to do. And again, as a business owner, you're always trying to shift income to different lower tax brackets, which could be kids. Like, should you put them on payroll to do work for you, bona fide work? You can deduct that, and maybe they don't pay tax on that, the kids. Maybe they can take that money and put money into a Roth IRA for themselves. Maybe we can pay the kids tuition. It all depends on that relationship of what kind of work are they doing? Are they getting paid a reasonable salary to do it? And again, the fun part about being an entrepreneur is the more money you make, the more cool things you can do because you have more money that you can spread out. If you're only making enough to pay your bills and do your thing, it's hard to do those things because there's just not enough money. So try to build your business as much as you can so you can do the cool things.
Sounds like I need to just call and make an appointment and make sure I got all my ducks in a row because you lost me.
It's not meant to lose. It's just made.
There's a lot of levers to pull, and I think we just got to lean on our trusted advisors to make sure we're pulling the levers that apply to us.
Right. A lot of people will hear these things on TikTok, you watching reels and things, and it sounds great. Hey, my cousin's neighbor's best friend told me I can write this thing off. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't, because their tax return is totally different than yours. And we get that question a lot. Well, Bob says he's writing this off. I'm like, you don't qualify, or it doesn't help you. So get with your professional to make sure when you have the ideas, write them down and then make an appointment to go see your person, and they'll tell you what you can or can't do for your circumstances. It's not everybody can do it. Only certain people can do it.
Perfect.